Well, as we mentioned before the break, Adam Johnson, founder and author of the Bullseye Brief, joins us now. We'll continue the conversation on tech stocks and the AI drive in particular. He's got 3 stocks related to the AI data center explosion. Adam, first of all, thanks for joining us. First of all, happy Monday morning to you. We just had a conversation with another U.S. portfolio manager on the AI stocks. He thinks valuations are very, very rich, so he's underweighting the sector in terms of portfolio recommendations, but he believes the trends of very strong revenue and sales growth are very much intact on the sector. What do you think, broadly speaking, of the sector?
Oh, I love the sector. And I disagree that the valuations are expensive. Palantir, okay, fine. I haven't touched it. That's trading at 22 or 200 times earnings. Can't even say a number that high. But there's some real cheap values. And I've actually got 3 that I think are very exciting. A, because they're reasonably priced, and B, because they're growing. And it's about the build out of AI data centers. Just start with Supermicro, a name we've all been talking about over the past couple of months. That stock trades at 12 times earnings. That's incredibly cheap, Paul. 12 times earnings. So you can buy the S&P 500 for 21 times earnings and get 12% growth, or you can buy SMCI Supermicro at 12 times earnings and get 60% growth. So I think it's very attractive. The whole reason that Supermicro came down is that a short seller known as Hindenburg Research, which has since gone out of business, I might add, alleged that the company had used inconsistent accounting practices in the way it recorded revenue. Well, an external investigation completely exonerated management and the board, and now Wall Street's getting back on board. Analysts are raising their targets. Supermicro, just so that our viewers are aware, Paul, is a company that creates AI platforms. So they go out and they buy NVIDIA chips, they buy Broadcom servers, they buy Marvell storage solutions, power management solutions from Monolithic Power. They assemble them all together and they create an AI platform so that your business now has AI in its bag of tricks. It's a very exciting company, again, very cheap at 12 times earnings with 60% growth. So I love Supermicro.
The company was behind in its regulatory filings because of the situation that you described, and there's some question as to whether it can keep its NASDAQ listing, but you think all of this will be resolved to the satisfaction of regulators and ultimately to the satisfaction of markets, correct?
Correct. There was an external investigation by a third-party law firm that found no wrongdoing, completely exonerated the company, and that enabled management, CEO is also the founder, Charles Yang, to effectively notify the NASDAQ that full financials will be filed by February 25th, that's this week, and the company is able to stay listed. It has plenty of access to capital, had plenty of cash on the balance sheet. In other words, it's done all the box checking to get over what Hindenburg incorrectly alleged was a series of bad accounting practices. The company is exonerated. That's why it's still trading at 12 times earnings. The shorts were all over it, but the shorts are starting to cover. The stock has doubled in the past several weeks, and I think it's going a lot higher. My target is $190. It's trading in the 50s.
Okay, let's go to a company called Sterling Infrastructure, which, as I understand, builds and wires up data centers.
Yeah, very excited. Sterling has been hit because of, like all the AI stocks, the deep seek challenge coming out of China. From 200 down to, as you can see, about 120. I've been aggressively buying this. I notified my bullseyebrief.com subscribers about 2 weeks ago to start buying. I've been buying from 140. I continue to add on weakness. I'm very enthused about this company. There are currently 5,000 data centers in the world. There are going to be another 1,000 built this year. This is an engineering firm that builds data centers. Data centers now account for about 50% of revenues, trading at 22 times earnings, so in line with the S&P 500, and yet growing twice as fast. I think that's an important lesson for our viewers. You have to think about the price you pay for the growth you're getting. So if a company trades at the same price as the S&P 500, but it's growing twice as fast, You should be buying that company. And that's what we can say about Sterling Infrastructure. And again, it's just a very attractive space to be in. AI data centers, we're all talking about it. I don't need to explain AI to anybody. I don't need to explain the need for data centers to manage AI. We're already talking about it. So there's a built-in catalyst.
Okay, and as we told viewers at the top of our show, you also like, within this context, GE Verona, which is a provider of power.
Yeah. And again, Paul, what we're doing here is creating a whole portfolio for people around AI. I own all of these, so do my clients. GE Vernova is a company that was spun out from the old GE. And it's a wonderful company. They create electricity with generators. What they do is they mount what was effectively a jet engine, but instead of mounting that jet engine on a wing and running jet fuel through it, they mount that same engine on steel brackets and run natural gas through it. The thrust from that engine turns a generator that creates electricity on site. So if you build a factory or an AI data center, you can go out and buy one of these units from GE Vernova, and you are now creating your own electricity on site. All you need is a hookup to a natural gas pipeline. And as we know, they are certainly plentiful, natural gas pipelines, both in the US and Canada. This is a wonderful solution for powering AI data centers. We're no longer going to be straining the current infrastructure or existing utilities. We're able to generate on site with very, very clean nat gas technology.
Adam Johnson, thanks as always for stopping by. He's the founder and author of the